মেনশনটা করি আগে, মেনশন করে হবে। আলাদা করে আমরা দেবো না। My lord, I'd like to mention one matter, my lord. Item number 836 and 837. Your lord's already complete argument, my lord. Your lordship, the order is only to file the written notes of argument. My lord, it is not possible today, my lord, because your lordship can only take up any day, my lord, at 10:30. We will file, my lord, written notes of argument, my lord. On that manner, my lord,
My lord, I'm the first Passover matter.
that matter.
Wait, was there 11:30?
That municipality matter, my lord, illegal construction, my lord. Your lordship knows, my lord. Only written notes of argument to be filed today.
বুঝতে তো পারছি না। শ্রীরামপুর
Singapore.
Mr. তন্ময় মুখার্জি was appearing.
Yes, Tormay Mukherjee and
তন্ময় মুখার্জি appeared.
ও ঠিক আছে 866 ঠিক আছে। আমাদের ডেট দিতে
two matters, my lord.
800
Analogous matter.
836 last
836,
matter.
837.
Assigned matter, second matter,
Assigned matter, my lord.
836 and 837.
836 37
Any day, my lord, 10:30, my lord.
সোমবারে মানডেতে দিয়ে দেবো তারপরে দিয়ে আমরা যে নেক্সট অ্যাসাইন একটা ম্যাটার কবে রাখলাম
Tomorrow is
কবে
holiday.
কেন হ্যাঁ
Monday fasting. Monday,
Monday 30 তারিখ।
Monday 30. Monday will not publish the mileage, my lord.
নেক্সট সোমবার।
ঠিক আছে ওয়েডনেসডে দিয়ে দাও ওয়েডনেসডে 2 জুলাই হ্যাঁ দুটো 3:30 4টের সময় দিয়ে দাও ওয়েডনেসডে 4টের সময় অ্যাসাইনমেন্টে যেরকম থাকে বেশ
কবে হবে?
which one
My lord, item number 3. My lord, the petitioner is in interim bail. My lord, your lordship was pleased to know what is the next date and status.
But I could not carve Mr. Math because of his personal reason he has left. Well,
My lord, interim order already expired on 25th. My lord, kindly fixed on Monday at 2 p.m.
Yes. Well, this matter was directed to be placed before the regular bench or interim order till 25th. But since Mr. Mahato is out of station because of his personal difficulty,
You have
But-
filed your affidavit in opposition.
Well, I am for the private respondents
yeah,
or the requisitionist, my lord. It's a unique play. My lord, the petitioners lost the majority. They are shy to face the float test. That's the reason they are taking shelter of writ petition one after another. So we being the requisitionist, we are requesting the prescribed authority BDO to convene meeting for my lord, discussing about the removal. What the BDO is doing, every time my lord, he is doing some mistake so that the petitioner can approach this court and obtain order. And that's going on. In fact, my lord, we are the sufferer. This is for the fourth occasion, the same thing is being done. Kindly fix a date, my lord, and ask the BDO to appear before lordship personally. He can't play in this fashion with this democracy.
affidavit কবে দেবে বলো?
But
By a week, you file your affidavit if you.
my opposition is not required
No, no, but the
Absolutely.
state,
because
because
the questions which has been raised by my learned friend in this writ petition, there's a question of law. And my lord, this writ petition is to be allowed.
No, affidavit তুমি বলো।
This writ petition is to be allowed, my lord. I can assure your lordship. But it was this kind of, but they tried to delay this matter. Kindly fix a day.
by order dated 13 June 2025, notices, 4 notices dated 13 June 2025 was stayed by this court till 25th June 2025.
4 notices, well.
4.
Yes, my lord.
Para 8.
Rabiul Islam, learned advocate for the petitioner, seek for extension of the interim order. Mr. Prashanto Behari Mahata, learned advocate for the state, submits that the state will not file any affidavit in opposition to the writ petition. You will not file?
দিয়ে দাও, তোমার ভিডিও বিপদে পড়বে।
In view of the above,
I am for the requisitionist, one of the private respondents.
Mr. Karbar Jahan, learned advocate representing the private respondents, the requisitionists, submits that the subdivisional officer,
The video.
The video, my block development officer.
block development officer prescribed authority is time and again making some defects in the notice. This is notice of motion.
Notice of motion, my lord.
Sir.
To frustrate the right of the requisitionist.
Frustrate the right of the requisitionist. He intends to make his submissions on the returnable date. The interim order granted earlier on 13 June 2025 is extended till till 4th of July. 4th of July 2025. Is this matter on? Or until further order, whichever is earlier, is this matter on? आगे now, 4th July आगे आपका date बोलो. 3rd July.
Or 3rd July under heading, my lord. Especially fix this matter because my lord, the minorities are running the institution. Despite of losing their my lord, majority. And it's going on since February. Time and again.
কবে নিতে পারি কত টপে? তাহলে একটু এটাকে এক্সটেন্ড করে এটা টপে দিয়ে দাও।
Sure, না।
পড়তে টপে যাবে? থার্ডে আসবে?
থার্ডের পরে
রিটার্নেবল বলছো?
রিটার্নেবল মোশন, ইয়েস।
মোশনে ঠিক আছে, পড়তে টপ। কতদিনও দিলাম এক্সটেনশনটা? 4th July এক্সটেনশন টিল 4th
তার
July।
পরের সপ্তাহে করে দিন না, ছাড়ো।
তাহলে তো তার আগে দিতে
তার
হবে।
পরের সপ্তাহে
হোক না দাদা, হোক না। শেষ হোক
আরে
না।
তুমি তো আমার পক্ষে আছো।
না, তো আমি তোমার পক্ষে নেই। আমি অ্যাকচুয়ালি
এক্সটেনশনটা বেশি দিন। এক্সটেনশন
সেটাও যেটা হওয়ার সেটাও হোক।
11th July অবধি করো।
11th,
হ্যাঁ, এক্সটেনশন টিল 11th July,
yes.
হিয়ারিং অন টপ at 4th July।
Great, man. Extremely great.
4th July।
তুমি ভিডিওকে প্লে করতে ঠিক নয়
Madam, for the petition, madam. Let-
81.
Yes. Madam, for the petitioner.
And for the respondent.
What is this application?
Restoration application.
Can two? How many days delay?
বলো কতদিন
You are for the petitioner?
Yes, madam.
How many days delay?
But I'm not ready with the brief, madam. On last occasion, there were a direction to change the cost title of the panchayat, and that has been changed, and that has been also served, madam. The difficulty is, madam, the advocate on record was present before the court, madam, but her father got cardiac arrest and he had to leave, and she had to leave the court, madam. So kindly fix the matter on Monday, and
So and
we'll
so
do the
learned
matter.
advocate representing the petitioner
Well,
informed the court that
On Monday, madam, we'll do the matter.
not today. Not today.
Deeply obliged, Your Lordship.
Basically, my lord, I have to condemn my lord.
As per direction of the court lordships, the order has
Represent
been
complied with
completed. Further demolition has been done, it has been removed, order has been complied.
The report, my lord, on the DM.
Learned advocate. Mr. Amritulal Chatterjee, learned advocate for the alleged contemners,
With the compliance report, my
submits
lord.
that the order of this court has been duly complied with.
Lordship.
He files report
Related to the
in compliance to order dated 14th May 2025, which is taken on record. Mr. Kamal Mishra, learned advocate for appellant petitioner, also concedes the fact that the order of this court has been duly complied with. In view of the above, the contempt application being PAN
like
1716 of 2024 stands disposed of.
Lordship, grateful to your lordship.
grateful, my lord.
Yes.
I am for the state respondent.
Then appears on behalf of the petitioner.
Let by Mr. Lolit Mohan.
State is represented on the last occasion as well on 20th May 2025. The petitioner failed to appear. In view of the above, the application being CAN 1 of 2025 stands dismissed for default. কি বলে বলছি ইয়ো ইয়ো কেন ঠিক করে বলছি যে 1/2024 থেকে কতগুলো ওপেন কোর্টে আমি রিট ডিসপোজ করেছি টিল 31st May 2025। সিএবি গুলো আমাদের কাছে আছে, ডিসপোজ অফটা এখন চাইছে, ডিসমিস ফর ডিফল্ট নয়, এটা আমি ওপেন করে জাজমেন্ট দিয়ে দিয়েছি ডিসপোজ। একটা লিস্ট করে আমার 30 তারিখ হলে আজকে হলে খুব ভালো হয়, 30 তারিখ। এখন বিকেলে আসুন শামীমের সাথে কথা বলে কম্পিউটার থেকে
84, I am for the state respondent, my lord.
None appears on behalf of the petitioner. For ends of justice, the matter is adjourned. Is this matter?
I am for the state respondent.
State is represented. Next Friday, 4th July.
Number 85.
Is your lordship. I am for the number 9.
I am for the petitioner.
Respondent.
I am for the petitioner. Matter relating to unauthorized construction. We made a representation to the Pradhan. Pradhan didn't take any steps. If your lordships kindly come to paragraph 3, or my lord kindly come to my synopsis. Synopsis, which I have stated that in respect of the subject plot of land, all that piece of parcel of such and such land within the district 24 Parganas is the absolute owner and possessor of the same. And since acquisition of the said plot of land is being possessing and enjoying the same by erecting a dwelling house, by maintaining the existing panchayat provision, that private respondent in the next door neighbor, same plot, illegally and forcefully for our own interest placed unauthorized construction or exceeding cemented concrete on the 3 unauthorized construction exceeding cemented carnic on the 3 feet wide and consecutive illegal wall on the outside of the carnic feet wide and construct the illegal wall on the outside of this carnic over the first floor in the east of his house, by which the mandate space of the petitioner by hampering not to keeping legal space for ventilation over the first floor between these 2 houses, to the effect of which the petitioner may requested the private respondent, on which the petitioner may request respondent on several times, but she put her deep air and paid no heed to the pair several times, but she put her deep air no heed to pair, as a result of which the petitioner is suffering day by day. In the year 2009, you will also kindly consider, they have started unauthorized construction and the petitioner made a representation before the Gram Panchayat. Ultimately, unauthorized construction was demolished, 1 column by the Pradhan of that Gram Panchayat, in spite of demolishing of unauthorized construction ordered by the said Panchayat. Now they again started unauthorized construction wall on the exceeding 3 feet wide carnic in the east of the respective house. That accordingly, on the basis of this situation, petitioner made a detailed representation, but Panchayat has not taken it before the police station, Panchayat, block development officer, but in spite of the concern sitting tight over the matter. Your lordship, not only that, my lord, kindly see one thing. My lord, already police submitted report to the that it is unauthorized construction. Kindly see, my lord, to the Pradhan, Gram Panchayat, my lord, kindly see this one. Police, only one copy with me. My lord, with regards to
Police authority has
subsequently we got it.
regarding unauthorized
Subsequently we got it. Unauthorized construction is going on.
Police authority
When the helm of the affairs of the state, like Chief Minister already stated, then no, we will not. There should not be any unauthorized construction. Even then, Panchayat is allowing it.
Firstly, my lord, I am for the private respondent. Police authority has no right to say regarding the unauthorized construction.
Okay.
My lord, second, my lord, in view of the application which was made before the Panchayat authority, this writ petition has become infectious because they have paid only to stop the unauthorized construction, alleged unauthorized construction. But the construction has been completed after taking the permission. I have the permission from the Gram Panchayat, who is the appropriate authority. Well, after completion, my lord, the writ petition, kindly have a look, page 14. What is fair? যাহাতে অবিলম্বে এই নির্মাণ বন্ধ করা হোক. So, my lord, the after
Okay, they have allowed it.
I did not say anything while you are making the submission, sir. Kindly have a look. They have made the application only to stop the construction. But construction has already completed. If any further grievance of my learned friends, senior friends client, he could have approached once again regarding the unauthorized construction. But on the basis of that application, my humble submission, the order ought not to be passed. Kindly have a look the last page 14. যাহাতে অবিলম্বে এই নির্মাণ বন্ধ হয় তার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি। So construction is already completed after taking the permission from the panchayat.
May I submit, after filing this, they have completed the construction, after filing this deed application. And when you also kindly see, when panchayat has given permission to them, and when I have filed this deed application.
Representation has been filed before the concerned panchayat authority, my lord. They should decide about the, my lord, genuineness and authenticity of his complaint. And another thing, my lord, complaint has been made to the local police station. My lord, we have lodged a general diary, and my lord, matter was brought to the notice of my lord, panchayat pradhan, concerned panchayat pradhan. They would take the decision. Ultimate authority is panchayat authorities. They would take the decision after, my lord, considering the available documents and records.
My lord,
And if there is,
my lord,
we are hearing all the parties.
my lord. Well, affidavit of service may be kept in the record.
Let him decide.
Well, affidavit of service may be kept in the record, my lord.
Thank you.
Your advocate on record has not checked the prayer.
My lord.
The prayer is blank.
Yes.
Oh, representation dated.
Yes.
I'm
Pardon
very
me, pardon me, pardon me, my lord.
Copy paste, that's why we lord date was.
Pardon me, my lord.
Mr. Mitra.
Pardon me, my lord. Henceforth, I'll take steps. No, henceforth, I'll take steps. Pardon me, my lord.
The petition is filed seeking for necessary direction upon the respondent authorities to dispose of the representation of the petitioner dated 6th March 2025. Petitioner contains that he is the absolute owner in respect of 6 shatok of Sali land out of 62 shatoks lying and situated at LR Dag number 112, JL number 37 in Mouja, Moushal, within jurisdiction of Kolkata Leather Complex Police Station, District 24, Parganas South. The private respondents have made illegal unauthorized construction over the encroaching the portion of land of the petitioner. The petitioner on 6th March 2025 made a representation before the Panchayat Authority, local Panchayat Authority. Respond number?
Panchayat respond number, Pradhan. Pardon. বলছি
7. প্রধান
দেবেন মালো
সদর গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েত ভাঙ্গড় 1 ব্লক পঞ্চায়েত সমিতি।
গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েত তো পার্টি নেই।
প্রধান প্রধান আছে পার্টি আছে।
Number 7. However, no steps has been taken. Mr. Ravi Shankar Chakrabarty, learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that previously in the year 2009, such illegal construction was demolished by the order of the Pradhan of the local Gram Panchayat. Stop. However, recently, once again, the private respondents have raised unauthorized construction. The matter was reported to the local Gram Panchayat. However, no steps has been taken. He seeks that the matter be relegated to the Pradhan to pass appropriate to consider and dispose of the representation of the petitioner in accordance with law. Mr. So-and-so, learned advocate appearing for the private respondents, submits that the work of construction has already been completed and upon permission by the local Panchayat Pradhan. Local Panchayat, not Pradhan. He seeks for dismissal of the writ petition. Mr. Shantanu Kumar Moitra, learned senior government counsel, appearing for the state, submits that the matter be relegated to the Pradhan. Response number 7, to consider and dispose of the representation of the petitioner. Upon considering submissions advanced at the bar, same. He will cause an inspection in presence of both the sides. যেগুলো থাকে clause within a period of 2 months, and if required, pass an order in terms of section 23 of the Gram Panchayat. Disposed of.
Affidavit of service may be kept in the record
Service filed on behalf of the petitioner is taken on record.
within a period of 2 months, my lord.
2 months, he will cause inspection pass order. You communicate this order to the
And my lord, they will come, they will communicate, communicate
is upon notice. Upon notice.
only,
Upon
only,
notice to
only
the parties.
representation or upon hearing all the parties.
Notice to the parties, and upon hearing,
Hearing,
causing
fine,
inspection, all will
fine.
be
Give to
given. Next.
86, I am for the petitioner, my lord. My lord, petitioner alleges against the unauthorized construction on the land of the petitioner, my lord. My lord, your lordship kindly come to the page 47. It is, sorry, my lord. My lord, your lordship kindly come to the page 47 of my application.
Return to
My lord, we made RTI application, my lord. Thereafter, page 47, my lord, Pradhan gave the reply, my lord. Page 47, my lord. It is unauthorized construction. Lordship got the page, my lord, 47.
with the service is complete. Who are the private respondent number 8?
Yes, my lord.
Private ko করেছো?
All the respondent has already been served, my lord.
Delivered.
Yes.
So, Pradhan is
My lord,
delivered.
page 47 of my application is that, my lord, the unauthorized construction has been done by the private respondent. My lord,
47.
yes, page 47, my lord. My lord. Thereafter, we made representation, but no action has been taken up by the Pradhan, my lord. Thereafter, we made we filed a writ petition in being 24853, my lord. And in that petition on 5th March 2024, Justice Sinha passed the order, my lord. Kindly come page 49 of my application. I have annexed the order. Page 49, my lord. Just paragraph 4. May I read, my lord? The writ petition is accordingly disposed of by directing the respondent number 7 being the Pradhan, Bodra Gram Panchayat, post Bodra under Bhangur police station, district Sattanur Forganas, to consider and dispose of the petitioner representation dated August 29, 2023, strictly in accordance with law by giving a decision after giving an opportunity of hearing of all the necessary parties, including the petitioner, within a period of 3 months from the date of communication of this order. The decision, once passed, shall be communicated to all the necessary parties, including the petitioners, forthwith. A spot inspection shall be conducted to ascertain the nature and extent of the unauthorized construction. In the event the said representation is of the considered opinion that the construction has been made either in violation of the plan sanction or devoid of the sanction plan, the necessary steps shall be taken dealing with such unauthorized construction in accordance with law. The said respondent shall restrict the consideration of the representation with regard to unauthorized construction only, and not enter or decide any private dispute between the parties regarding right title interest in respect of the concerned land. Thereafter, we communicate the said order to the Pradhan on 5th April 2024, my lord. No action has been taken, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, we send a notice of contempt in my page 54, 57 to 57, my lord.
Without filing the contempt
Yes.
application.
I am telling. I am submitting. My lord, thereafter contempt has not been filed as because the time has already been over. My lord, that's why, my lord, we file another writ petition for the compliance of the order dated 5th March 2024 by Justice Sinha, my lord. It is admittedly it is unauthorized construction in phase 47.
Lordship, in persons of the order, my lord, the already Pradhan already disposed of the application. Kindly see the report, the last page, my lord.
Report
Last page.
of my writ petition. Oh. We did not get any notice. আমরা তো কোনো notice পাইনি, sir. I'm so sorry. No, no.
এটা নোটিশ ইস্যু হয়েছে।
No reason order has been passed.
রিপোর্ট নাও, তোমার মক্কেলের সই আছে লাস্ট পেজে, তোমার মক্কেলের সই।
Pass the order.
কি দেখেছিল?
What a call, sir. Oh, after filing the petition, sir.
You have a copy? You have a copy of this?
অলরেডি সাব।
So this has been forwarded to whom? The block development officer?
লর্ডশিপ।
Actually, HD is the authority, my lord. Yes, under Panchayat Act, HD is the authority. Block development is not the authority. As per section 23, HD is the authority.
ইউটিউব পার্টি আছে তো?
Pradhan has passed the order. Your representation has been disposed of.
My lord, no copy of order has been served upon us, my lord. My lord, what step they have taken, it is not clear from the orders, my lord.
Client is present at the time.
Present, but no order has been communicated. How we understand that what steps they have taken?
Pray for certified copy.
Has the Panchayat authority right to give certified copy, sir, under section 57?
You have served the notice to him.
Lordship.
Where is that document? Where is the document that the petitioner was served?
Okay.
John Pramon.
6 May, my lord, already received the notice. Bodra Gram Panchayat, already annexed, my lord.
You have been informed.
Yes, my lord. My lord, but no order has been served upon us, my lord. No order has been served.
Now you have got the order.
My lord, this is the order just given by, handed over by my client.
This has been complied with. Nothing remains in the writ petition.
Yes. My lord, just they have passed the অতঃপর সভাপতি মহাশয় সুষমা মণ্ডলকে নির্মাণ কাজ বন্ধ রাখার নির্দেশ। My lord, construction has already been completed. My lord, নির্দেশ দেন অথবা 70 ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েত অ্যাক্ট অনুযায়ী সব বৈধ ডকুমেন্ট গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েত জমা দেওয়ার জন্য বলেন। এমত অবস্থায় এই বিষয়ে my lord, Justice Sinha has passed the order in March 2024, my lord. What order they have complied? But they did not take any step. Even Pradhan threatened to my client, if second time he will visit the panchayat, we'll take another legal step. My client is present behind me.
He has appointed you.
My lord. Sorry.
Now the last line says that he has also forwarded the same for action.
My lord, but action will be taken by the HDO. What step BDO will take? My lord, as per section 23, HDO is the authority. No, HDO is the authority.
Order has already passed. I direct him to forward this order to SDO.
My
for
lord.
taking necessary.
My lord, grateful lordship.
Writ petition is filed for implementation of order dated 5th March 2024, passed in WPA number 24853 of 2023. The petitioner previously filed a writ petition contending of illegal and unauthorized construction by the private residence. আচ্ছা ওপরে affidavit of service টা নিয়ে নাও। Being WPA 24853 of 2023. The said writ petition was disposed of as follows. এই দেখো Annexure P3 দেওয়া আছে। Learned advocate for the petitioner, para. Mr. So-and-so, learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that despite such order, no steps has been taken for removal of unauthorized construction. Hence, this writ petition. He seeks for appropriate order for implementation of the order passed in WPA number such and such. Mr. Ansar Mondol, learned additional government pleader, appearing on behalf of the state, files a report furnished by the block development officer. Which is taken on record. আচ্ছা ওটাকে পরে দেবে হ্যাঁ he submits that Mr. Mondal submits that already order has been passed by the Pradhan, respondent number
7.
respondent number 7 দেখে নিও Pradhan Bodra Gram Panchayat. কি হলো and the order has been forwarded to the block development officer, Bhangur 1 Development Office, to take appropriate steps for demolition of the unauthorized construction. He files a report of the block development officer, Bhangur 1 Development Block, dated 5th May 2025, which is taken on record. Copy served. Upon hearing the learned advocate for different parties, Pradhan, respondent number 7, Pradhan Bodra Gram Panchayat, is directed to forward the order passed by him dated 8 May 2025, the subdivisional officer for taking necessary steps in terms of section 23 of the West Bengal Panchayat Act. With the aforesaid direction, the writ petition stands disposed of.
Grateful lords.
Your lordship, I am the petitioner.
I'm for the state, my lords.
I am for the petitioner, my lord.
Yes, yes. 87. Sorry, 87.
Yes, my lord. Second.
I am for the petitioner,
My lord, I am for the state, my lord.
lead by Shantanandu, who is online.
No, journal segment.
Yes. Yes.
Where is the affidavit of service?
My lord,
My
I am
me, because I am sick, that's why I not able to came. It is with me, my lord, because I am sick.
When are you coming?
My lord, if it I will able to come tomorrow itself in morning itself, my lord.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is holiday. So in next week, this is 2025.
Hmm.
Correct. On the prayer of learned advocate for the petitioner, place this matter on Friday.
okay. Okay,
Friday.
next Friday. My lord, other than Friday, any day other than Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday, sorry, Friday. It is better Friday, last day of the week. Friday. May it appear on Friday, my lord.
Right.
Friday.
Next. Normal not.
I not appearing for the state, my lord. Filing the report, my lord. Copy. Copy नहीं तुमको जरूरत क्या ना Xerox করে এখন কেন রে মুখে সাবমিশনটা করে
ওইটা লিখিস তো
No.
আচ্ছা আমাকে দে
Who is Reboti? Reboti is the private respondent.
Yes,
And Yusuf Ali is the petitioner.
But only the reasoned order to be passed by the video.
Video.
Yes, the prescribed authority. But he has taken the hearing. I made two RTI, page 34 and 35. I requested the State Public Information Officer, being the BDO, to supply me the reasoned order, because he called us for hearing under 213A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act.
এই বইগুলো ওখান থেকে নিয়ে আসতে হবে যে এখানে কিছু নেই ওই কোর্টে যে বইগুলো আছে
For disqualification of membership.
Yes, sure. পঞ্চায়েতের লোক
এই this is it. এটা যশোরকে দিন। 213A for disqualification. ওই তো নীল রঙের বইটা, ব্লু নিচে 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 আপনার ডান হাতে নিচে থার্ড পরেরটা।
The prescribed authority is the block development officer.
Yes.
Now, as per the report furnished by the state, I suppose the notice has been issued. What is the next date for hearing? What is there any time frame given in the?
Yes, kindly, I don't have the book. If your lordship kindly turns to page 27 once of the writ petition, the notice has already been given. Page 27, 4th of February 2025. Hearing has been done on 11th of January 2025. We are in June.
Repeatedly, notice has been served upon the respondent.
No, he says that the hearing has been
But
concluded.
she was not.
Yes.
She was kept abstain herself.
Who?
That is
Rebhuti,
Rebhuti Haldar.
page 26 and 27. Papia Khatun and Rebhuti, against whom we have sought for disqualification. The hearing was completed, page 26, on 24th of December 2024.
Papia Khatun was absent in the hearing due to her illness, as mentioned in her petition.
দুজনেই absent?
Subsequently, notice issued to Papia Khatun by memo number 439, order dated 31/1/25.
Tell
By
me whether
memo much
the hearing has been concluded or not.
hearing is it is still pending for disposal, my lord. Matter will be disposed as early as possible. In my report, my lord.
No, then hearing has not been concluded.
No, my lord. It is pending because they are kept absent from attend hearing.
না না বইটা জজ সাহেব দেখছেন।
Whether the
আপনি
hearing
জজ
has
সাহেবের
been concluded or not.
জজ সাহেবের বইটা একটু
Matter-
দেখান। জজ সাহেবের বইটা
No,
খুলে
hearing is not concluded.
আমি খুলে
Concluded
দিচ্ছি,
whether
আমি
the-
খুলে দিচ্ছি। আমি না না জজ সাহেবের
I
বইটা আমি খুলে
come
দিচ্ছি,
to the,
আমি খুলে দিচ্ছি।
page 2 of the report, my lord. Of the forwarding brief history, my lord. There is written matter will be disposed as early as possible.
But then if after service of notice somebody is not appearing, then you wait for time immemorial for him to appear and then about
Then, my lord, kindly frame the time so that within
Hey.
that hearing will be conducted and
February,
disposed
you
of.
in the second page,
আমার
in
বইটা একটু দিন,
February
জজ সাহেবকে জজ সাহেবের বইটা
2025, a notice was served.
মানে মে আই টেক মাই বুক?
Yes. Again, in April 2025, served. She failed to appear. Now in June again the notice has been served. What is the time frame?
25/6/2025. যে কত 27
Not set up by recommendation.
Day before yesterday, she was again called for
মানে কালি টার্নস টু
Attendance.
পেজ 213A, মানে সেকশন 213A. Then your lordship কালি টার্নস টু মানে subsection 11. As soon as possible within 8 weeks from the date of receipt of the petition preferred under subsection 7, the prescribed authority shall, in consideration of the fact and document and records before it, reject the petition or admit the petition wholly or in part, declare any member or members to be disqualified under subsection 1 for being members of the panchayat. So there is a time frame in the act itself. Within 8 weeks, 2 months. In the case of Papia, page 26, 6 months have gone. And in case of Rebuti, 5 months, 4 months.
So Papi has been disqualified.
Disqualified. Where is the order?
Oh, due to her sickness, she has given the.
You are representing both of them. What is the subject?
Observation on 23rd June, date was fixed due to pendency of this requisition matter was at the
Asun. This writ petition is filed seeking direction upon
This is disqualification of membership from Chandpur Gram Panchayat.
upon respond number 4, the prescribed authority and block development officer Nauda block to pass a final order in respect of petition dated 11th November 2024 and 30th December 2024, filed by the petitioner under section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973. Regarding disqualification of respond number 5 and 6. The petitioner contends that two separate applications dated 11th November 2024 and 30th December 2024, respectively, was filed before the prescribed authority and Block Development Officer Northern Block, respondent number 4, for seeking disqualification of respondent number 5 and 6 under section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act. However, till date, where have you stated that the hearing has been concluded?
But it is the report of the BDO, prescribed authority. In my petition?
Yes.
Achha. Well, can it turns to page 6, paragraph 12? Your petitioner states that on several occasions, your petitioner personally meet with the block development officer and requested him to communicate the order passed on the basis of the hearing held on so and so and so and so regarding the disqualification of the respondent of 5 and 6. But it is very unfortunate that till date, no order has been passed.
However, till date, no order has been passed on the petition of the petitioner. Though hearing was held on 24th December 2024 and 11th February 2025.
In paragraph 9 also I have mentioned.
Mr. Ranjan Bhattacharya, learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that the prescribed authority block development officer is under obligation, statutory obligation, to pass order in respect of the application filed by the petitioner seeking disqualification of respondent number 5 and 6 as per section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973. Subsection 11 of section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973 also provides a stipulated period for disposing of such application. Despite such provision, for affidavit of service, the petition of the petitioner under section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973 has been kept pending by respondent number 4. He seeks that specific direction be issued upon respondent number 4, Block Development Officer, Prescribed Authority and Block Development Officer, Northern Block, to dispose of such petition within a time frame. Learned advocate for the private respondent numbers 5 and 6 submit that due to pendency of the writ petition, the prescribed authority is unable to pass orders in respect of the petition filed by the petitioner. Learned advocate for the state submits that despite notice, since the respondent number 5 and 6 failed to appear, the hearing could not be concluded. However, she seeks that the respondent number 4, Block Development Officer and prescribed authority be directed to pass necessary order in respect of the petition of the petitioner under section 213A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973 within a time frame. Where is the petition?
Where is my petition?
That petition 213?
Yes, well, at page 22.
Repeatedly, the petitioner filed
17 and 22.
Filed two petitions seeking for disqualification, two petitions on 11 November 2024 and 30th December 2024, seeking for disqualification of respondent number 5 and 6. However, the same has not been disposed of as yet by the prescribed author. Respondent number 4, prescribed author in block diploma. Subsection 11 of section 213 capital A provides as hereunder. Quote করে দেবেন। In view of the aforesaid provisions, the writ petition is disposed of, directing respondent number 4, prescribed authority and block development officer, to dispose of the petition of the petitioner dated 11 November 2024 and 30th December 2024 under section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Panchayat Act 1973 within a period of 4 weeks from date of communication of this order upon notice to the petitioner as well as respondent number 5 and 6. Learned advocate for the petition is directed to communicate this order to respondent number 4 for necessary compliance. The aforesaid writ petition stands disposed of. A report filed by the state is taken on record.
Well, I'm good.
Your book has been handed over to you? You have taken back your book?
Yes, my book is with me.
Gratefully.
Grateful.
হ্যাঁ করে দিন 21311 next.
May I please, your lordship, this is my application, my lord.
I am for the private respondent.
My lord, prior to going to this, my lord, the prayer of my writ petition, my lord, I beg to draw my lordship kind answer. This is my affidavit of service, my lord. Although I have served. My lord, this case has a checkered history, my lord. Initially, 2023, my lord, Panchayat election was held. Thereafter, my lord, at the time of, my lord, the formation of the board, the election of the Pradhan was, my lord, conducted. At the time, my lord, the election of the Pradhan, there was a, my lord, the violation took place by the unwanted people, my lord. Ballot paper, other all thing has been thrown and, my lord, destroyed. Against that, my lord, we have preferred, this present petitioner preferred and writ application before this honorable court. That has been, my lord, rejected. This prayer for, my lord, the recounting or, my lord, the reassessment or refloat test was, my lord, turned down by this honorable court. Against that order, my lord, one appeal was preferred before this honorable court. At that appeal, my lord, this honorable court hold that there was on the faithful day, no election was conducted properly. Even no record was, my lord, preserved. Therefore, my lord, setting aside that election result or, my lord, election process, this honorable court directed to conduct a fresh election or float toast for formation of the Pradhan. Accordingly, on the basis of this order, my lord, the float test was took place. Thereafter, this writ petition came here, my lord. What was the dispute? My lord, we are the majority member. The majority member, my lord, the propose one name. He is the present petitioner before your lordship for a particular political party. My lord, he has, my lord, circulated the chief whip to all the members to his party. Thereafter, at the time of casting vote, 3%, my lord, violated the dictum or, my lord, the instruction or, my lord, the direction of the particular political party through which is, my lord, prescribed in the statute, and, my lord, cast vote in favor of the other person. And accordingly, this person, my lord, lose the election. This is the one of the aspect of this case. Second aspect is that, my lord, they have done, my lord, the act violating the political party's dictum or, my lord, the direction. Therefore, they are, my lord, should be, my lord, cancelled. Their membership should be cancelled from this, disqualified from the political party as well as the membership. Accordingly, my lord, we made a prayer before the subdivisional officer as well as the block development officer for, my lord, the invoking the provision under section 213A of the, my lord, West Bengal Panchayat Act for disqualification of these memberships. My lord, so far my instruction is now presently, my lord, after filing this writ application, the block development officer, my lord, the CC over the matter. One notice was issued. On 17th, the one hearing was took place. I do not know, my lord, the
what was the fate of that hearing, or my lord, it is not completed. That's I know. But proceedings has been drawn up. My lord, my learned friend can say, my lord, state, who is representing before your lordship, the fate of that proceedings, my lord, whether what finding they have stated, my lord, taken on that, my lord. On to that effect, my lord, if my lord, my learned friend is not able to, my lord, furnish any document in respect of that document or that proceedings, my lord, then I have kindly give me liberty to file the supplementary affidavit annexing, my lord, the all additional document which was took place after this filing this writ petition, my lord, which was my initially prayer for drawing up the proceedings and, my lord, for declaring them as a disqualified members.
What is your prayer?
My lord?
What is the prayer?
My lord, prayer was to invoke, my lord, the
proceedings. Proceedings. Based on latest 14th May 2025 is 213 capital petition. 14th May 2025.
My lord, huh? Yes, my lord, C, pair C. Pair B and C. C is more specific, my lord.
14th May 2025. Where is that?
My lord, 14/4/5/2025. That application. That application 14/5, my lord. Kindly come to page
16.
16.
I believe so.
16, no, 14. Yes, initially. 16, my lord. Prayer for disqualification. 14 received. So it was received. Although, my lord, one notice was given. Therefore, my learned friend can say that what steps has taken or whether the initiation was there, my lord, until and unless, my lord, otherwise, my lord.
213A proceedings, it's a quasi-judicial proceeding. And this is to follow the all rules as has been prescribed under the law. 213A says that should be before the prescribed authority. Who is the prescribed authority under 213A for Gram Panchayat? That is the block development officer. I couldn't find out, my lord, any prayer or representation before the block development officer.
Yes, block development officer was there.
Copy to is something else.
My lord, prayer was.
It's a prayer, it's a quasi-judicial authority. You have to make application before the appropriate authority.
But my lord, so far, my lord.
This is first thing, my lord. Second thing, this should comply 1994 disqualification rules. What does it say? It says it must be, my lord, there must be a supported affidavit. Affidavit is required. An affidavit is required in terms of law. That's also missing. So it's
affidavit along with that application.
Verification. It should be verification along with this 213A. And this 213A proceeding that should be countersigned by the secretary or president. Now I couldn't find out any of those compliance. This cannot be construed in any way as 213A application.
My lord, subject to lordship.
I fail to understand what my learned friend is submitting. I can show everything, your lordship.
That is in respect of the, my lord, the proceedings drawn before the prescribed authority, my lord. Prescribed authority sins over this matter, my lord. I just beg before your lordship, my lord, in terms of the, my lord, the order passed by the, my lord, the subdivisional officer, BDO is, my lord, taking the cognizance over the same. Hearing is taken place, my lord, but I do not know, my lord, the fate of the hearing. That's why, my lord, if he is found, my lord, there is no merit, he can reject and he can allow.
Application before SDO or BDO is seizing over, my lord, I can't follow.
My prayer before.
Let us hear the state.
What happened, my lord? When the requisition was filed, my lord, there is no steps on the part of the BDO or the SO for that, my lord, that requisition. My lord, I have been that from my friend. My lord, has been
yes,
I need some time so that I can take a specific instruction like what steps they have taken in terms.
Then I will come back, my lord. I will answer my learned friend all
Yes,
my
yes.
answer.
Please go through rule 5
Yes,
and then answer to this call.
Sir, we are doing this thing for a long time on the whole.
I do not have specific instruction. What steps?
No, I have circulated the notice.
Affidavit of service filed on behalf of the all served.
Yes, my lord, all served, my lord. But
I'm appearing for the
friend is appearing for the state. There is no other necessary party.
There are no other party.
No, my lord.
Affidavit of service filed on behalf of the petition is taken on record. Mr. Mrityunjay Chatterjee, learned advocate for the petitioner submit that petitioner made a prayer before the subdivisional officer is
Subdivisional officer, my lord, the
number
5. 5, my lord.
Response number 4, my lord.
4 and 5.
SDU is 4.
4. Response number 4 for disqualification of 3 members of Sagorpara Gram Panchayat, Jalongi, Murshidabad, being respondent number 6, 7, and 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9. However, the proceedings, however, no final order has been passed in the proceedings. Mr. Sarwar Jahan, learned advocate representing private respondent number 7, 8, and 9, submits that the prescribed authority under Section 213 capital A is the block development officer and not the subdivisional officer. And therefore, the proceedings at the initiation is bad in law. He also indicates that the application for disqualification has to be supported, has to be verified, and should bear the signature of which secretary and president.
President or secretary.
And should bear the signature of president or secretary of the particular political party, which is also not been done in the present case. Learned advocate for the state, Mr. So-and-so, learned advocate for the state, seeks accommodation to take proper instruction regarding the proceedings initiated under Section 213 capital A of the West Bengal Gram Panchayat Act 1973. When, sir? देखिए तो
My lord, so far the act, my lord, which is but so far the act is concerned, my lord, it is West Bengal Panchayat Act, not Gram Panchayat.
Okay, sorry. The Gram ticket. Thank you.
My lord, another thing, my lord, I am beseeching before a lordship, my lord, subject to my learned friends, my lord, consent. My lord, what point my learned friend has taken here regarding the maintainability of my application or my lord the proceedings? Let my lord, from my friend, be file and sort affidavit, my lord. I can
Yes, sir, I can.
rely, my lord.
Kindly grant me that.
Because my lord,
Mr. Jahan seeks to file an affidavit in opposition.
Upon servicing a advance copy, my lord.
Let such affidavit in opposition filed by respondent number 7, 8, and 9 within a period of 1 week. Advance copy be served
kindly make
upon
it 2 weeks, my lord. Opposition, my lord, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Advance copy of such affidavit in opposition be served upon the learned advocate for the petitioner. The reply thereto, if any, be filed within a week thereafter. State is directed to furnish a report in the form of affidavit on the returnable day. Within a period of 2 weeks, you also take exception advance copy, exception if any be filed within 1 week. Release this matter after 3 weeks upon report.
Kindly specify a date.
A returnable motion is it. Under the heading returnable motion on 18th July.
18th July. Very
good.
Number 806. May I be pleased, your lordship, I am for the petitioners. My respectful submission, earlier occasion, your lordship was pleased to direct the block development officer, Falta Development Block, Horina 2, Chaveria, South Central Borgana, Respondent 5, is directed to serve notice upon the Onchal Pradhan, Horina.
I appear for the Pradhan.
I'm ready. My respectful submission, Your Lordship, paragraph number 26 of my read petition, thereafter Your Lordship passed this order. My respectful submission, the present Pradhan was not operated this function. It is my humble and respectful submission. My Lord, may I read the paragraph number 26, earlier occasion, my Lord. My read petition.
Page number?
Page number I am
25.
25, my Lord. Paragraph number 26, my Lord. May I read?
There are 25 paragraphs more before that.
As well as 26, my Lord.
Those paragraphs also has to be, my Lord, taken into consideration.
Paragraph 26 also, my Lord. May I read the paragraph number 26, my Lord?
Yes.
That your petitioner said that since 2020 to 23, the respondents, namely the Onchol Pradhan, Horinna to Gram Panchayat, respondent number 7, as well as Block Development Officer, Falta Development Block, respondent number 8, got the representations and or objections. In spite of that, they did not take any proper steps, and or even the said Pradhan got the recommendation. Well, this is the vital point from the member of Gram Sabha, that is Mohammad Mohiluddin Mullah, respondent number 11. And on that basis, the said Pradhan issued certificate that the said riot property of the petitioners are the Panchayat road during 50 years. And thereafter, Mr. Mohammad Shakira Fakir, husband of the said Onchol Pradhan, as well as member of Falta Block Samiti, respondent number 10, the aforementioned 3 persons with local political persons, as well as the said private respondents, constructed the cement concrete road of the petitioner's own right property without following the legal procedure, and the said cost was incurred by the Panchayat fund with the consent of the aforesaid block development officer, respondent number 10, which is public exchequer and even flouting the order of the learned executive magistrate Dayanagar Southern Parganas. So the petitioners claim as damage that all the aforementioned respondents 7, 8, and 11 might be punished and cost may be imposed against each of them rupees 10 lakhs only for their whimsical and illegal act and political biasness as well as influence.
What is the order passed by the executive magistrate?
My Lord, your Lordship, can listen for a moment. Page number, your Lordship, can listen.
Page 15, para 15, second paragraph.
Hello, I am placing the order, my Lord. Order of the executive magistrate, my Lord.
47, na? 45.
My Lord, page number 44 for a moment, my Lord.
45 is the last word.
My Lord, page number 44, my Lord. May I read the order, my Lord?
Hmm.
Order was passed on 27 June 2022 by read petition, my Lord. I am placing, my Lord.
Yes.
Are the learned advocates appearing for the petitioners perused with the documents produced with the petition, upon hearing and upon perusal of documents produced thereto, undersigned prima facie is in opinion that the petition can be allowed. The opposites are therefore directed not to undertake initiate any actions which will create hindrance problems towards the petitioner in respect of the should land till reports come. My Lord, it is very much vital to me. IC/OC Falta Police Station, South Twenty Pargana is directed to keep close vigil over the issue so that the opposite parties are restrained properly, and BLRO Falta blocks are directed to inquire and report submit. My Lord, you will also kindly see the order.
Next order টা পড়ে নিন স্যার একবারে পড়ুন।
Next order পরে আসছে, আগে ডেটটা হয়ে যাক।
ও আচ্ছা।
My lord, order was passed on 27th June 22. On the basis of the said order, my lord, page number 47 for a moment. My respectful submission, after passing this order, the said Panchayat authority as well as video in collusion with the private local political parties constructed the metal road, my lord. Exchequer of the video, government. My lord, may I read the page number 47, my lord?
What is there in 47? You need
My
not
lord,
read.
my
Report of the bill, no, my lord.
report of the
Last part of 144 is required.
petition to my dear.
Oh, sorry.
Please sit down. After completion, my read, then you will proceed. It is the procedure. You please follow.
Sorry.
May I read page number 47, my lord?
Yes.
My lord, I am coming only conclusion portion, my lord, not before. তদন্তকালে দেখা যায় বিবাদীয় দাগগুলির উপর দিয়ে, my lord, page number 47, my lord. তদন্তকারীদের মন্তব্য, my lord, the petitioners applied on that basis, they have written, and তদন্তকারী বন্ধু, my lord, may I read it, my lord? তদন্তকালে দেখা যায় বিবাদীয় দাগগুলির উপর দিয়ে একটি নবনির্মিত ঢালাই রাস্তা আছে, my lord, নবনির্মিত, নিউলি কনস্ট্রাক্টেড, যেটি বিবাদীদের বাড়ি পর্যন্ত গিয়েছে এবং বিবাদীদের মধ্যে কয়েকটি বাড়িতে বিদ্যুতের সংযোগ রয়েছে। আপনার জ্ঞাতার্থে এবং আইন অনুযায়ী ব্যবস্থা গ্রহণের জন্য তদন্ত প্রতিবেদন দাখিল করিলাম। It is the report of the video, and my lord, thereafter, my lord, page number 48.
This is report of video or
Sorry, BLLR. I'm sorry.
Revenue
Revenue
inspector,
officer.
all right.
Revenue officer, video, BLLR
the
recommended.
video?
After going to the
48.
order has first kindly come to page 45, my lord. For a-
আসছি দাঁড়াও না, তোমার নিশ্চিতই বলবে। 48, my lord. With due respect and humble submission, I beg to submit report in C/W above reference as per order of the learned court and as endorsed by IC Falta PS. I also issue notice to both parties to meet with EO within 3 days, but nobody appeared at Falta PS. The opposite party members are disparate in nature. My lord, it is my humble and respectful submission. The opposite party members are disparate in nature. There was any time apprehension and breach of peace by the opposite members. That is the private persons, my lord. Hence, I submit a report to the learned court. You may pass an order as you deem fit and proper. My respectful submission, when an order was passed by the learned executive magistrate, how the video
Orderটা পড়ুন,
with
final
the
order.
consent, Pradhan, my lord, my respectful submission, which I have started for 50 years certificate, they must place before your lordship, and before that, I am placing how they have collected this certificate. It is my humble and respectful submission. Thereafter, earlier occasion, I have stated everything. Further, I am to place before your lordship, if your lordship allow me, the Pradhan place.
My lord, final order of executive magistrate is, my lord, very much necessary. Otherwise, my lord, everything is being read, but final order of the magistrate is not being read.
My respectful submission.
Page 45, last portion.
That is next.
What is the finding of the magistrate?
পরে আসছি, পরে ফাইন্ডিং পরে আসছি।
পরে কেন, ওইটাই তো আগে, ওটাতে মামলা শেষ হয়ে যাবে আপনার।
ওটা আমার
Unnecessary time kill হচ্ছে।
unnecessary নয়। You have done wrong, that is I am placing. It is my humble my respectful submission, my lord. There,
Civil in nature, that is the observation.
my respectful civil nature, how? When the Panchayat has came into the matter, my respectful submission, you will also can see the opposition, my lord.
পরে আপনি ওটা পড়ছে স্যার, ওটা পড়ছে, আপনার পড়ে দিন ওটা। ওটা ভালো তো ক্লিয়ার নেই না, লেজিবল নেই আপনার, ওই লাস্ট অর্ডারটা।
Last order not
For page 45, page
ঠিক
45
আছে 45 পরে আসছি
ওইটা আপনি
আগে
পড়ে দিন।
যেটা হয়েছে সেটি হোক না
পড়বেন না ওটা?
আমি তো সব পড়বার জন্য এসেছি ব্রাদার আপনি তো সেদিন ছিলেন না আজকে এসেছেন ভেরি গুড প্রধানের হয়ে এসেছেন আপনি তো প্রধান তো
হ্যাঁ
ভেরি গুড আই ওয়ান্ট টু গেট দি My lord, may I place the opposition of my Pradhan?
No, let us hear the Pradhan and
Pradhan, BDO.
for the Pradhan. Yes, Mr.
Aye, aye.
Islam.
My lord, may I submit? দাঁড়া আমাকে বলতে বলছে আমাকে
Because my lord, the video has not written any kind of fund to make this contract.
My lord, may I submit?
How, from what source the fund was?
That is
My
why
lord,
the-
দাঁড়া আমি বলছি রে বাবা তুমি চুপচাপ থাকো।
State government.
Your lordship kindly peruse. Sir, এবার আমি বলি।
অবশ্যই বলবে।
হ্যাঁ।
বলো।
Your lordship kindly sees the prayers. Prayer A. Page 30.
Page number 30.
30.
My lord, may I submit one thing? Thereafter, my learned friend may start. Otherwise, এইভাবে
Unnecessary মানে টাইম কিল হবে। আমি ফাইনাল করে দিচ্ছি আপনার লাভ হবে।
আমার লাভ দরকার নেই আপনার কাছ থেকে।
Yes.
My lord, first prayer, a writ in the nature of mandamus do issue, commanding the respondents, particularly the respondent number 7 and 8 herein, to cancel order and or certificate that the said petitioner's riot land is not the Panchayat road and said property might be used by the petitioner. This is on type of declaration. Second, he is claiming money without escaping the money shoot. He is claiming 10 lakhs to be awarded to him. Second paragraph, prayer. Now your lordship kindly sees the petitioner and the private respondents, they are the co-sharers. There is a mud road.
No, কোষার। কোষারের
আপনার
from what source?
পিটিশন পড়ে বলবো, আপনি একটু চুপ করুন, আমাকে বলতে দিন।
এটা রেসপন্ডেন্ট তো আদার, they are not the joint family. কোষারের how? My wrong submission, my liability is placing. It is the total right property of mine. So how they are placing the co-sharer? It is the wrong submission.
There is a
co-sharer. It is coming from this.
Wait.
How they are claiming they are co-sharers? How they are claiming? It is absurd.
My lord, there is a Kacha road for my lord, long period. There are 30 families in that locality. What happened? The petitioners and the private respondents, they fought against them in my lord on 44 proceeding. Learned magistrate is of the view, since this is a civil in nature, I cannot touch. There was a dispute with regard to erection of pole, electric pole. That was taken by the petitioner as well as by the private respondent to the electricity department, and it is gone up to grievance cell. This fighting is since my lord 30 years. From his own reading, your lordship kindly sees page 18.
ঠিক আছে, দাঁড়া দেখি কি বলে ওরা। 30 years কোনের মাথা আসছে।
Page 18.
Page 18. My lord, it starts from page 17, para 18. That your petitioner states that on 2nd January 2023, Sri Devendranath Das, petitioner number 2 herein, ex-service Air Force officer as well as income tax officer, submitted a representation and objection to the regional grievance redressal officer, South 24 Parganas Region, New Administrative Building, Baripur, Kolkata, such and such, that petitioner number 1 and petitioner number 2 herein, as well as the other two brothers, are permanent consumer under the state electricity board department, premises number such and such in that settled locality. Astonishing to the petitioners that Mohammad Shakira Fakir, son of Selim Fakir, Samiti member of Harinagam, directed Somnath Das, son of Joydev Das and Gopal Das, son of late Sitaram Das, for cutting off the electricity of the petitioners with the consent of AE, station manager for the consumer care center, South. My lord, this electricity dispute is between them. This is one part. Second part, para 19, again, immediate restoration of power to the premises. Thereafter, team went to the reconnection of the petitioner's domestic connection. Could not be effected because of the petitioners was not interested at that time. All along, these are the electricity dispute. Para 20 also electricity dispute. Entire petition is about dispute with regard to electricity. Para 20, 21, 22, all. The learned magistrate is of the opinion civil dispute between both the parties. My lord, the miserable condition of the locality of 30 families was to, my lord, ingress and egress through muddy road, and in the rainy season this is absolute unusable. That's why the panchayat 30 feet, since there is a road is very small, my lord, 5 feet, and the distance is only 70 meters. That was cemented. This was done by the panchayat. My lord, if there be dispute with regard to the, my lord, ownership of that road or the property, that has to be settled between the private respondent and the petitioner. And that for that the writ court is not the, my lord, forum to be decided. My lord, how my learned friend is praying for cancellation of the certificate or, my lord, ownership.
Ownership of what?
Declaratory, my lord, this is one type of declaratory suit. That the said petitioner right land is not to be panchayat road and said property might be used by the petitioners earlier. Well, this declaration cannot be made by the writ court. Whether he is the owner or the private respondent is the owner, that has to be decided in civil court or other forum. And in regard to the cost, he has the recourse of money suit. Well, I am not. Well, only the panchayat has done is this, my lord, since the condition of that area was very bad, a tender was floated and the muddy road was concreted. This part has been done by the panchayat.
It is my property. How the panchayat entered into my land? It is my humble respectful submission before the honorable court. 2 times I have submitted before lordship. This is our Rayati property. So how the panchayat is entered?
Whose property is this?
My lord?
Did the panchayat ascertain that? So who is the owner of the property?
No. Because there is a road for many years. My lord,
Might be. But if the property is not ascertained through which the road is to be constructed, how can the
in the village area, there are many roads. Those are being used.
There are many roads. That doesn't mean that panchayat will make a concrete road over that.
True. Absolutely, my lord, that should not have been. But it has been done because of the, my lord, benefit of the locality.
How could you do
So-
it? How could you do it? You have to follow the rules.
Grateful.
You have to acquire the land. There is a specific provision. You acquire the land, then you do it.
My lord, land is
Suppose a person is being used by some other purpose. You go and make a construction of that
no.
without notifying or informing or getting consent from the parties that yes, they are giving consent to have the road concrete or whatever.
This road.
Now the next consequence is that because of making of this road, the public money has to be paid to the contractor.
Yes, it
That
has
is
been-
also the next consequence.
Yes, it has been done.
So
it has already been done. My lord, this.
And you say that the BDO has not sanctioned. Without the endorsement of the BDO, the fund can be sanctioned.
No, these are the funds of 15th Finance Commission.
Correct.
It is directly coming from through the DM to the panchayat, directly to the panchayat.
Hmm.
My lord, these are the fund. Panchayat in a budgetary provision, they will, my lord, make a budget and float tender and utilize the same.
Okay.
This is the way by which these small roads are being constructed. For that, my lord, BDO is not concerned with this. Panchayat is, my lord, in some cases, my lord, if it is below 1 lakh, even the tender is not being floated. That power is entrusted to the panchayat. Manual tender, they can do
Construction
it.
has been undertaken by the panchayat illegally.
My lord.
That has to be removed.
Well, that is the issue that has to be decided whether illegally or legally, because land he is claiming to be the owner.
Not claiming.
My lord, private respondents, they are claiming to be the owner. The road which is going through that 70 meters, that is being used by the 30 peoples, 30 families for last 30 years, 40 years. My lord, we didn't ascertain who is the owner. That's true. But that road was there.
So how to resolve it? Tell me.
My lord, his
Cannot
recourse is
take a road through the
road is there and road has been renovated. My lord, now
Lots in my lord, opposition filed by the video state, my lord. The petitioner number one, my lord, one wants to withdraw the case, my lord. Earlier occasion, my learned friend has committed before your lordship that the petitioner is a paralyzed person. He cannot sign on the affidavit in notary, my lord.
My lord, so my real lords, my learned friend.
বলে দি একটু বলে দি এসেছে সে কি এসেছে
Before your lordship, my lord, petitioner number one physically is present before your lordship's court. He can sign and he admits that kindly, my lord.
Your lordship can see
Your
my opposition, page number 121. How the said incumbent sign in the notary. So your lord 121.
Petitioner number one, my lord.
His
মামলা ফাইল
hand is,
করেননি
his hand is.
মামলা ফাইল করেছিলেন আপনি দেবেন মানে আপনার ভাই আপনি করেননি
He has signed. He has signed. Not only that,
And
later was.
at present, he wants to withdraw the petition for the spend his life freely, my lord. In this case.
Hello, your lordship.
The other person's prayer is before the court. Now, if he intends to withdraw, he engages an advocate with no objection from the learned counsel who has filed his wakalatnama.
Yes.
Later,
He did
let
not do.
an advocate appear and file an affidavit that he is not intending to proceed. Then petition number two will press his prayer. Then also you have to answer the question how you have made the construction of the road. Huh?
My lord, may I come?
My respectful submission.
Sir, Islam,
Not
whatever you have to say you by way of affidavit you file.
I shall.
Under which fund you have constructed this road, whether the ascertainment has been made, whether any acquisition has been made of that land, whether the consent of the parties has been taken by making construction. This process has to be undergone.
I shall come with you. If there be any illegality, it has to go.
And also come with a proposal how it has to be made. Because he is suffering. If suppose his contention is correct, then his land has been encroached by the panchayat for making a road.
No,
How is
the road, cement road.
Road was used.
Mal.
It may be used. It can be used in villages. We use that. But that does not mean you do not take the consent of the co-sharer.
Should be. Well. And the private respondent also should come to this court. Private respondent কে সার্ভিস করেছে স্যার?
Mr.
সবাইকে
তাহলে
করেছি,
they
দুটো
should
করে করেছি,
they should also come.
দুবারকে করেছি, তারা আসেনি।
No, my lord, private respondent.
2 times I have served, but they did not appear. The private respondents.
Whether the land question, my lord.
Is there any dispute between the parties? Private respondent should be before your lordship.
My respectful submission,
Hello,
my
তুমি
may I submit, my lord? My
Through video.
Wait,
My lord, may I submit one thing, my lord?
no. Let me check the private respondent service.
My lord, I have served 2 times, my lord.
Effective.
Effective. But they did not appear 2 times. Further, the court was directed to video
এরা আসছে না কেন?
take steps against the Pradhan. Earlier occasion. ঠিক আছে, সব ঠিক আছে, সব আছে আমার কাছে, সব আছে।
তাহলে কি করবে পিটিশনার নাম্বার 1 নো অবজেকশন
হ্যাঁ, ওনার কাছে নিয়ে উইথড্র করে নিক, একা করুন।
পিটিশনার নাম্বার 8
সেটা স্যারের নো অবজেকশন থাকলে, নাহলে আমি তো বলতে পারবো না। হ্যাঁ।
এসব
Mr.
তো সব
Rabiul Islam, learned advocate for the respondent number.
এখন কিছু দেবে না, সব আমার কাছে আছে।
পরের দিন আবার আসবে, আবার রাউন্ড একটা উকিল আসবে। একটা কাগজ দাও না, ছোট্ট।
7. Pradhan Horindanga 2 Gram Panchayat. Submit that the concrete road constructed by the local Gram Panchayat was previously been used by the villagers as a road.
রাস্তাটা হোক, তারপর করে আসো।
The fund has been such construction of road has been implemented from the funds of 15th
Finance FC, Finance Commission.
Finance Commission. He seeks to file an affidavit. You will file affidavit in opposition?
Yes, yes, I shall.
File an affidavit in opposition to the writ petition. Although on 19th May 2025, the arguments to concluded on behalf of the petitioners, but in order to appreciate the further considerations, the petitioner is granted liberty to make his submissions with regard to the affidavit in opposition to be furnished by the Pradhan. When Mr. Islam?
My lord, আপনার কবে এসেছেন আপনি? 23 এসেছেন তো? My lord, 3 weeks is required because this was done, carried by the earlier Pradhan. All the documents has to be searched in.
Reply, Mr.
2 weeks, lordship.
2 weeks? 5 weeks for it আসবে. Advance copy of that affidavit in
I
opposition
shall.
to be served.
My lord, by respect, your date may be fixed.
ডেটটা কবে আসছে দেখো।
My lord, date may be fixed, my lord. Otherwise,
আচ্ছা, কি বলে স্টেট ফাইলস তৈরি করেছি ফেলে দিচ্ছি। Who is Mrs. Rama Haldar?
For the state.
This notice has been sent. There is no track consignment report, nothing.
তুমি
File,
পাঠিয়েছো?
sir. Copy of letter dated 9/6/2025 showing intimation of the last order dated 19th May 2025 sent to the PDO Polta Development Block for necessary compliance, which is taken on record. 7th August.
My lord, insofar as the petitioner number 1 is concerned, since Well,
Until and unless an application is filed taking no objection, I cannot record.
Notary, my lord, for notary, my lord, affidavit in opposition, it has been
No.
annexed, my lord.
This cannot be done. Whatever he has to say, either he takes a no objection from the advocate who has filed it and file a fresh wakalatnama, and his petition that he does not intend to proceed or press his prayer in respect of the writ petition.
Grateful, Lordship.
Otherwise, orally, how can I record?
এটা এফিডেভিট করে দাও
কত ডেট কবে হলো?
আমি সই করিনি হ্যাঁ
7th August.
এসে একটা অ্যাডভোকেট দিয়ে দাও
7th August.
ठीक है Original.
There is a 4 p.m. matter fixed.
Lordship, kindly announce.
That I have seen.
Lordship, my humble submission to Lordship.
On Monday.
Yes, my lord, but my lord, second matter is fine.
Okay.
But let it be fixed on top, my lord.
My lord,
Monday will see.
I think 8:35.
8:35.
8:35, Lordship, fixed at 4 p.m.
No, 8:35.
my lord,
4 p.m. Hey, look, क्या क्या
oh, appreciate
बोले नहीं না না আপনারটা তো ঠিক আছে এটা একটা প্র্যাকটিস আইটেম ছিল আদার
I prefer adjournment and I put the council is not here absent there. But they provide the available documents
the available
I've received.
আচ্ছা
Kindly given
copies of available original documents are provided to both of
লন্ডনের অ্যাডভোকেট কোথায় চলে গেল লন্ডনের অ্যাডভোকেট 8:35 লন্ডনের অ্যাডভোকেট ফর দি পিটিশনার seeks accommodation. Where is that copy? You give a copy to
I
the
have
court?
given the copy. I have the original for your Lordship.
আপনি নিতে পারবেন অ্যাপিলেট সাইডে ওই অ্যাপিলেট সাইডে কোথায় গেল লন্ডনের 8 item number 835 appellate side no. Learned advocate for the petitioner seeks accommodation. Copy of documents have been handed over to learned advocate for the petitioner by respondent number
1 to 6.
1 to 6.
Petitioner as well as private response.
Petitioner as well as private respondent you have received. Please this matter. Bolo. You have completed.
Morning.
I have already concluded. I'll only make submission with regard to, I'll take 5 minutes with regard to the new documents.
Okay. কবে যাবে 16 July 6 Thursday নয় তো 16 July
But morning.
But any day except 16th July.
আচ্ছা 16 July Wednesday then চলে যাও 16 থেকে চলে গেল 23rd
I have the original copies for your Lordship. I have filed on the next date of
Lordship 10:30 big 6 here 10:30 Lordship.
original you produce on the next day
Lordship.
on 23rd.
Only next Monday.
Next Monday.
My lord, would it be one to reasonable method, my lord?
On Monday we'll see. There are original side matters.
My lord, would it be your lord?
My lord,
Any time. My lord was to fix the time.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. there will be original time. My lord.
with
No, on Thursday only original side. 4 p.m. it is Wednesday.
Madam, 4 p.m.
my lord,
Give the written notes of arguments. Only the
In the morning the learned advocate for the petitioner he mentioned the matter. He has some inconvenience. So I 8:35 or 8:36 কে কবে দিয়েছি বলো 8:36 and 8:37 Mr. তন্ময় মুখার্জির বিহাফে একটা
বলো না তিনটেই করবো
2nd July means on Wednesday next Wednesday you file. Okay, thank you.
with your Lordships, kindly may I mention one testamentary matter? Your Lordship was pleased to grant one letters of administration. A recalling application was filed. My Lord has been pleased to hear the matter substantially and directed the parties to exchange affidavits. But affidavits have been exchanged. May it be listed any day, my Lord, subject to Lordship.
I'm for the applicant of their GA. Well, late Malam, I had also the same pair. Then the matter will listed.
No. Recalling.
Recalling. I'm for the applicant.
Letters of administration was on consent or
It was initially they appeared, thereafter they did not appear. After publication, your lordship was pleased to grant me the letters of administration. Thereafter, the recalling application has been filed.
Recollect Mr. Aniruddha Mitra is leading me doing the matter, my lord.
And when the parties have exchanged the affidavits, it may be listed any day as per your lordship's convenience.
Thursday থেকে আচ্ছা চারটের সময় কতটুকু হবে? 3:30। হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, এইটাকে একটা যে কোনো থার্সডেতে দিয়ে দিই।
Next Thursday, matter.
My lord, with my lord's kind leave, may I be permitted to mention one matter upon notice to the other side, my lord. Lordship, kindly remember, before vacation, before the summer vacation, when the matter was mentioned, my lord specifically directed us to come back after vacation, my lord, and 2 weeks after vacation, my lord. That today I am coming, my lord. That's the backdrop I had to give, my lord. It is relating to that Charushila matter. When, my lord, the review of the receiver's appeal was dismissed, review was dismissed, the receiver was directed to be sent to the Chief Justice for the purpose of examination of signature relating to forgery. Now, this receiver's standing in his post even should not deserve a moment's scrutiny, that he should be ousted. My lord, even on the contrary, before when the matter was, lordship knows, my lord, before Honorable Justice Mojumdar's court, my lord, Justice Mojumdar is pleased to direct a committee to be constituted. Publication in the newspaper has already been held. It is only no objection came thereafter. Only the committee is to be constituted. This receiver issue for once and for all will be settled.
No, my lord,
And the trust, who will be the benefit of it will be in the benefit of the trust only. My lord, I am only seeking, my lord, may these matters be all be listed.
My lord, additionally, with leave of Mr. Raishuduri, my lord, the urgency now is, my lord, the lift, my lord, of the building, 10 Old Post Office Street,
Yes.
has stopped working.
A day before yesterday's event.
There has been agitation.
Yes, my lord, that is there.
If the matter is not taken up, my lord, every advocate is there, my lord, facing inconvenience. So, my lord, I hope, my lord, if my lord, the matter is listed any day, because my lord, in this situation, in this heat, my lord, if they are being allowed to, my lord, they are all aged advocates, my lord, solicitors and advocates firms, my lord, 2 wings are working. So there is a great difficulty on the clients, my lord, my client's part.
How it is related to this case?
My lord, this property is a part of this Charushila property. This is a property.
This is the same
10 Old Post Office Street.
And
Now,
my
my
lord,
lord,
for the leave, there was a
one more thing, my lord, what we have been given to understand, my lord, the person to the direction of the Honorable Chief Justice, my lord, the matter has been now sent to Bar Council. Now, my lord, for scrutinizing whether he has, my lord, impersonated, my lord, the signature of the learned advocate on record. My lord, standing on this day, my lord, as on date, my lord, it's really now become very much urgent for your lordships to take up the matter. And then the advocates will get agitated unnecessarily. My clients will be jeopardized because they are representative, my lord, the trustees, whoever. Every day when they are going to their office and knocking their door that to do something so the lift becomes operational. What can he do?
This is the precarious
Kindly
situation.
list it any day.
After the property prior to this application.
My looking up to the property, my clients, his client.
Because there was a long sense in between, my lord, the receivers had dereliction relating to their affairs.
If the trustee board is formed.
এই থার্সডে পরের থার্সডে তারপরে
And may, my lord, only one request, may the matter appear as for orders, lordship.
no. আমরা পাচ্ছি 3rd, নেক্সট হচ্ছে 3rd জুলাই, তাই তো? 10 জুলাই।
Any day prior to 3:30, my lord. There is a difficulty, my lord. This is it's an advocate's cause.
10 জুলাই তো
And the situation is going worse day by day, my lord.
নোটিশই সার্ভিস হয়নি। অশোক গুপ্তকে নোটিশ দিয়েছে, অশোক গুপ্ত কোনো সিগনেচার নেই।
My lord, any day prior to 3:30.
Mentioning without service of notice.
No, my lord, it has been, my lord, sent to the office. My lord, they have refused. What can be done?
Yes, my lord.
Where is the document of refusal?
No, they have refused. They are not taking because they are not accepting.
Send it through mail or through whatever.
They have no mail ID.
They have
no mail ID, then speed post.
অফিসে দিয়েছেন?
রিফিউজ করেছে, রিফিউজটা লিখেছে কোথায়? লেখেনি?
রিফিউজ করে লিখবে নাকি?
Precarious. Even if I go again, he will just
Send it through speed post if he is refusing.
Very well, my
come
lord.
back with
Keeps
it.
it, my lord, any day.
may I seek
Notice
for
to
a
serve.
liberty, my lord? In course of today, we will again
Will again serve, my lord. Keeps it,
among
gives
the
a day.
email or whatsoever.
My lord, put it any day, my lord. Will, my lord, that the matter has been fixed on that day.
You serve and come back on
My lord,
next
kindly
Thursday on-
appreciate the
No, 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 no. I will accommodate you. First you serve. Chalo.
Daily schedule number 1.
Where is
Yes,
the other
so
person? Where is your other side?
They were present. So Mukherjee is present.
লিখেছিলাম
This is for continuation of my arguments, Your Lordship.
ঠিক আছে
And GS6 was being heard. This was my application for discharge of caveat, Your Lordship recalls. The caveat was lodged on 18th of January 2018. Even after expiry of 7 long years, no affidavit in support of the caveat has ever been lodged. On that ground, I have preferred an application being GA number 6 for discharge of the caveat in terms of Rule 27 of the Chapter 35 of the original side rules. Your Lordship recalls, the PLA was filed, the application for grant of letters of administration was filed on 9th of January 2018. GA 121 of 2018 seeking some interim reliefs were filed on 11th of January 2018. And upon service of GA 121, on 18th of January 2018, a caveat was lodged by the caveatrix, who happens to be the widow of the deceased. This is the dispute between the mother-in-law who had taken out the mother of the deceased, the mother-in-law of the caveatrix, who had taken out an application for grant of letters of administration without will annexed. The deceased had died intestate. And all these proceedings are in respect of that particular application for grant of letters of administration. Now, the admitted fact is, post filing of the application for grant of letters of administration, a caveat had been admittedly lodged by the caveatrix back in 2018. And the admitted fact is, and I'll show you, Lordship, the affidavit in opposition and the reply to my GA number 6, and also the averment and the contention in GA number 5, which is really their application for relodging of a fresh caveat. I will also take your Lordship through that. Admitted fact is, a caveat was lodged post filing of the application for grant of letters of administration. The admitted fact is, no affidavit in support of the caveat has ever been filed in terms of Rule 24 to 26. Now, your Lordship will quickly once. Lordship will kindly take Rule 24 to 26 of Chapter 35 once, Your Lordship. And 24. 24. 24. The short application. 24. Caveat. Your Lordship has found that?
Yes.
Rule 24. Any person intending to oppose the issuing of a grant of probate or letters of administration must either personally or by his advocates acting in on the original side file a caveat in the registry in Form 12. Full stop. Notice of the filing of such caveat shall be given by the registrar to the petitioner or his advocates acting on the original side. Form 13. Thereafter, Rule 25. Where a caveat is entered after an application has been made for grant of probate or letters of administration, this is very important. Where a caveat is entered after an application has been made. Application in this context means the PLA, the application for grant of letters of administration. Application has been made for grant of probate or letters of administration with or without the will annexed. I fall within the second part. The affidavit or affidavits in support shall be filed within 8 days of the caveat being lodged, comma, notwithstanding the long vacation. Now, the next part is very important, Your Lordship. What should be the contents of the affidavit in support of the caveat? Such affidavits shall state the rights and interest of the caveator and the grounds of the objection to the application. 26. Notice to caveator to file affidavit where an application for grant of probate or letters of administration with or without the royal annex is presented after caveat has been filed. Now, 26 admittedly does not apply to the facts of this case because the caveat had been lodged after the filing of the application upon notice of the filing of the application for grant of letters of administration. So Rule 26 really is not the relevant provision which will apply to the facts of this case. Rule 25 would be the appropriate provision in view of the admitted facts and in view of the report that has been filed before your lordship by Registrar Insolvency in this regard as well. Now, consequence of not filing an affidavit, Rule 27. Where a caveator fails to file an affidavit in support of his caveat in compliance with Rule 25 or in compliance with the notice issued under Rule 26, the caveat may be discharged by an order to be obtained on summons. So today I am making this prayer before your lordship that despite admittedly lodging a caveat post filing of the letters of application for grant of letters of administration, no affidavit in support of the caveat has been lodged despite expiry of more than 7 years. The stipulated period for lodging of filing of affidavit in support of caveat under Rule 25 is 8 days, which is the applicable rule. And the contents of such affidavit is the right and interest of the caveator and the grounds of objection to the application for grant. Now, in this connection, your lordship, will kindly take one decision which squarely covers this situation. That what is the efficacy and import of an affidavit in support of the caveat? And what is the consequence of non-filing? This is the decision of this honorable court in the goods of Nandlal Set, reported in AIR 1955 Cal 88, Calcutta. আরেকটা কপি আছে? হ্যাঁ, তোর কাছে আছে? এটা আগে দিয়েছিলাম, হ্যান্ড করেছিলাম। দিয়েছিলাম। AIR 1955 Calcutta 88. Lordship will kindly take para 2. This was again an application. Para 1 records this was an application for discharge of the caveat under Chapter 35, Rule 27. Now, para 2, your lordship, paragraph 2 of the judgment, your lordship. The reason why caveat is sought to be discharged is that affidavit in support of the caveat does not disclose legal grounds of objection for the grant of probate. Under Rule 25 of Chapter 35 of the original side rules, the caveat requires to be supported within 8 days of lodging the caveat by an affidavit which shall state first the right and interest of the caveator and secondly the grounds of objection to the application for grant of probate. The caveator in his affidavit has disclosed his right and interest as an heir of the testator, Nandlal said, but the other requirement of Rule 25 of Chapter 35 of original side rules about the grounds of the objection to the grant of probate is it contended not satisfied by the affidavit in support of the caveat. Here, affidavit in support was filed, but the contention was the affidavit filed in support of the caveat does not fulfill the requirement under Rule 25 that it should disclose grounds for discharge. Now, your lordship will straight away come to paragraph 5. I'm relying upon paragraphs 5 to 7, your lordship. Para 5. In my opinion, the whole of this affidavit in support of the caveat misconceives entirely the scope and function of an affidavit in support of the caveat required by the rules of this court. The court to state the grounds of the objection. The present application for probate of the will of Nandlal said dated so and so. The grounds of the objection in support of the caveat against this will have to disclose materials to show that such probate could not be granted to this will. In other words, such an affidavit to support of the caveat has to show that the will has not duly or lawfully executed as a will. The only question germane for the court to consider at the time of making of grant of the probate or a will are questions relating to testamentary capacity of the testator whose will was to be probated and the due execution of that will by the testator. So it has to confine to the question of grant and nothing further. 6. A caveat is simply a warning given by a person having or asserting any interest in the estate of the deceased against the court issuing any probate without notice to the caveator. This is in the context of a probate. It is essential to observe here that a caveat is not a notice to any particular person, is notice to court not to allow proceeding to be taken in the matter of the will of the deceased without notice of the caveator. It does not commence litigation, nor does it institute proceeding. The whole object of the caveat is to prevent issue of any grant without notice to the caveator. The main purpose for which a caveat is entered are to give time to caveator to make inquiries and to obtain such information as to enable him determine whether or not there are grounds for his opposing the grant, or to give him an opportunity of raising any question arising in respect of the grant or probate, or to enable the caveator to apply for an order that the sureties for the administration bond shall justify, or as a step preliminary to the action or to the issuing of citation. That is how the learned editor of 19th edition of Testament Court Probate Proceedings state the law at page so and so. The form of the caveat under rule I provided Schedule 5 under Rule 284(4). Your Lordship will kindly now next. The form of the caveat in the High Court as provided in Form 12 under Rule 24 of the Chapter 35 makes it abundantly clear that a caveat is nothing more than a warning. The form of the caveat, either under Indian Succession Act or under the rules of the High Court, does not stipulate the grounds of the objection should be stated in the caveat. Under the procedure laid down in the Indian Succession Act, nothing follows upon the filing of a caveat except that the caveator becomes entitled to notice before the grant. The object being that he gets an opportunity to appear and contest the grant. 7 is very important. There is no procedure under Indian Succession Act requiring an affidavit in support of the caveat to disclose the grounds of objection to the grant. This is where the procedure relating to grant of probate in this High Court is different from that under the Indian Succession Act. Under the rules of original side of the High Court, the caveator has to file an affidavit which must not only disclose his right and interest in the estate of the deceased testator, but also the grounds of objection, the penalty for which, for not making the requisite affidavit within the time specified by the rules, is discharge of the caveat itself. If a proper affidavit disclosing the right and interest of the caveat as well as the grounds of objection to the grant is made in support of the caveat as well as the grounds of caveat within the time laid down, then the next stage is reached by marking the matter as contentious cause, when the petition probate is regarded as a plaint and the affidavit of the caveator as written statement, and the contentious cause is therefore heard as a suit. The matter comes up before me before the stage of being a contentious cause. So it clearly stipulates what would be the effect. Under Indian Succession Act, mere filing of caveat, an opposition, an opportunity to oppose the grant is secured. But under the rules of the original side rules, Chapter 35, it is mandatory for it to proceed as a contentious cause that an affidavit in support of the caveat must be filed. And if that is not filed, the automatic consequence under Rule 27 is discharge. And that is a valuable accrued right. And the reason, and in fact, Rule 27, the language of Rule 27 and Rule 25 buttresses this, Your Lordship. The language of Rule 25, in fact, Your Lordship notices that the affidavit or affidavits in support shall be filed within 8 days of the caveat being lodged, notwithstanding the long vacation. So it is peremptory in its terms. Now, in this matter, Your Lordship, now Your Lordship will kindly take their reply to my application under Rule 27, J6.
Yes.
affidavit in opposition that has been filed on behalf of the widow.
Item 3 my lord is next going to be taken up on next Thursday. What is that?
Something has to be done.
Some more time to be provided.
নেক্সট থার্সডে তে কন্টিনিউ করো, যেগুলো আছে না পরপর একটা একটা করে রাখলে আমার মনে বেটার হবে, রাদার দেন মানে একটা আইটেম শুরু হলে
Subject to what comments to this court, subject to what comments to your lordship, could this matter be fixed at 2 p.m. onwards, your lordship, on some convenient day? I understand, I appreciate, subject to, I appreciate.
ঠিক আছে, ওটার লিস্টটা যেটা আছে সেটা থার্সডে তে নেক্সট থার্সডে তে রাখুন, কতটা নিতে পারবো জানি না, থাক ওটার লিস্ট। হ্যাঁ, একটু দেখি যদি আধ ঘন্টা এগিয়ে দেওয়া যায়। Let it be in the list on the next Thursday. Other matters. And you will also take powers.
I will, if I'm given half an hour continuous, then I'll be able to complete at least, your lordship.
Okay.
But I appreciate as it commends to your lordship. Now, insofar as the reply is concerned, your lordship,
The only thing on next Thursday, there are 2 matters fixed at 3:30. So could it be?
No, I'm not giving any date right now as far as this matter is concerned.
I'm sorry, Malad.
The other matters which are not being taken this day, this goes to next Thursday.
Okay.
As far as this matter is concerned, we decide afterwards. After it,
now your lordship will kindly take page 2 of their affidavit in opposition. Before dealing with the allegations made in the said application, I state as follows. Now, your lordship will see the absolute admission as to the knowledge in these paragraphs. On or about 2nd week of January 2018, I had received a copy of application being GA 121 of 2018 filed by my mother-in-law, Mrs. Roma Sen, in connection with PLA number 8 of 2018. B. Though no copy of PLA number 8 of 2018 was served on me, inasmuch as from GA number 121 of 2018, I came to learn that Mrs. Roma Sen has filed an application for obtaining letters of administration of the estate of my deceased husband without any will annexed. On the advice of my erstwhile advocate, I had lodged a caveat in connection with PLA number 8 of 2018. This is absolutely unequivocal. And may I say this, that upon the correct advice, they had lodged a caveat because they had the notice of the factum of filing of an application for grant of letters of administration. That is the only purpose.
but then what will be the consequence if a copy has not been served of the PLA application?
Yes, your lordship. I will address that. The stipulation in Rule 25 is capacity in right and interest, A, and B, the grounds of opposition. Now, what are the grounds of opposition to a grant of letters of administration? That will show, your lordship, from section 236 of the Indian Succession Act. This is absolutely confined. There is a narrow conspectus.
36 of the, we will start next day with this. Mr. Banerjee, how long you will take?
I'll take another half an hour at most, and I will complete my submissions. And I'm trying to
Start with this portion only.
236. On that
What is the
question, what is the
consequence
consequence of not
copy of the PLA not being served?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Start with that.
I will address the issue of no citation having been issued, because that is also a defense that has been taken by me, and non-service of the application. These two issues I will address, your lordship.
But Mr. Banerjee, Kumarjit, every day, sorry. Kumarjit Banerjee, learned senior advocate, no? Yes, senior learned advocate for the petitioner. Due to paucity of time, the hearing could not be concluded. Is this matter no actor did follow? 10th July, dilam ja? 10th July.
10th July. Lordship will kindly grant me a moment's time. Very well, 10th July.
10th July.
Thursday. So, Lordship's pleasure to fix a time, 4 p.m. Any time Could it be 3:30?
সাড়ে তিনটে করে দিন। হ্যাঁ, তাহলে ওনাকে বলে দাও যে 3:30-র সময় নেক্সট থার্সডেতে আমরা 10 জুলাই 3:30-র সময় নেবো 3:30।
I'm deeply obliged.
এটার ভেতরেই অ্যাপ্লিকেশনটা আছে। থ্যাংক ইউ, থ্যাংক ইউ।
10 তারিখ